Humans of Earth. I am VGTO, we are Video Game Therapy, and this is Video Game News. I'm open to ideas for a better name for the show, so mash that subscribe button and leave a comment telling me what I could call my video game news show. Today we are talking Capcom leaks, the Video Game Awards, we have some early PS5 and Xbox Series X sales figures, and did Bluepoint hide an Easter egg for their next game in Demon's Souls? But first, let's talk about a handy next-gen feature that needs to become standard procedure. So the Xbox has been out a week now and people are still finding little features that we didn't know about. The big focus of this generation is video game delivery. Console generation upgrades of the past have always had a focus on improvement in graphical fidelity with significant graphical jumps between each generation. And whilst there are graphical improvements this time around, the focus lies more with the efficiency of video game delivery. Game Pass, PS Plus collection, faster load times, backwards compatibility, Xbox Smart Delivery, and so on. In other words, how can we give gamers choice and how quickly can we get them playing the game, eradicating those painful waits that halt your flow in gameplay. Unfortunately, no matter how much innovation has been thrown at the consoles over the years, one extremely fucking annoying roadblock persists.
Downloading the games.
With this feature available on the Series X, you may no longer have to wait, kind of. It just takes a little bit of organisation and forward thinking. Just tell us the fucking feature already. Alright. So basically, you can download games that you don't own. You can't play games that you don't own, but you can download them. Meaning, with a bit of forward thought, you can choose the games that you want to buy on payday and pre-download them to your console, meaning come payday, you can pay, unlock them, and dive straight in. But isn't that only handy for people purchasing digital copies of the games? No, it works with physical copies too, so you can just jump on the Microsoft Store, download the game before it's released, and then when your disc arrives, pop it in and the game starts, no hesitation. This needs to be the norm from now on. Hopefully Sony can implement this with a firmware update so that PS5 can follow suit. The Game Award nominees have been announced. I love the Game Awards. It's a celebration of all the great games we've had from the year, and there's always one or two games that slip through the net for me that receive nominations. Last year it was Control, this year it's Hades. This game has popped up as a nominee in basically every category it was eligible for, including Game of the Year. The fuck is it? If anyone has given this game a go, let me know in the comments. Does it warrant its position in these awards? So I'll leave a link in the description so you can check out the whole roster of awards and nominees, but just quickly I'll run through some of the more notable categories. Best Multiplayer. The nominees are Animal Crossing New Horizons, Call of Duty Warzone, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, Valorant, and Among Us. Wait, Among Us? Don't get me wrong, this game deserves to be on that list. I'd even go as far as saying it deserves to win it. My problem here is that the game came out in June 2018. I mean, yeah, it only blew up this year, but am I wrong in thinking that this is the best multiplayer of 2020? Do they know? Does somebody need to tell them? Best VR/AR, Dreams, Half-Life Alyx, Marvel's Iron Man VR, Star Wars Squadrons, The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. So for Best Indie, we have Carry On, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, Hades, Spelunky 2, and Spiritfarer. Best Score and Music, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and The Last of Us Part 2. And finally, nominees for Game of the Year for 2020 are Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, The Last of Us Part 2, and Animal Crossing New Horizons. The console war, the battle for the 9th generation, Who won it? Well, that's a question that will be answered properly over the next few years. We can make educated bets based on run-ups to their launches. Microsoft's build to launch was nothing short of a disaster. Sony's went much smoother, but in all honesty, neither console launched with an outstanding launch lineup, and both have suffered pre-order and supply issues. However, we now have some early sales figures to suggest who's in front at the moment. According to Famitsu, the Series X/S sold somewhere in the region of 21,000 units in its opening 6 days. The PlayStation, however, appears to have sold around 118,000 units in its first 4 days on the market, meaning on early predictions there are around 5 PlayStation 5s being sold for every one Xbox Series X or S. These figures don't really mean much at the moment. These consoles are going to be with us for at least the next 7 years or so, and their success is largely dependent on the games and service quality across those years. But for now, the PlayStation's in the lead. So the next thing isn't exactly breaking news, but interesting nonetheless if you haven't heard about it. Recently, Capcom became the latest victims of a ransomware attack where they basically got locked out of their own servers, or at least a large portion of their servers, and the hackers are demanding millions to allow them back in. As Capcom decided not to comply with the initial demands, the hackers have decided to show them they mean business by releasing around 60 gigabytes of data to the public. It's basically a massive data dump and includes internal planning and design documents, including images that outline pricing plans and release schedules for games currently in development. The most detailed being information on Resident Evil Village. Here you can see planned price points for the game, including all the different versions of the game that will be released. There's also information on an unannounced Ace Attorney collection coming to the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch. Other stuff in the leak include information on a VR version of Resident Evil 4, a PC release for Monster Hunter Rise, and a new multiplayer shooter called Shield. I've saved the best till last, the Mac Daddy of gaming news this week. Are Bluepoint working on a remake of Metal Gear Solid? Listen, I'm going to give you fair warning here. This theory is paper thin. I mean, single sheet, public restroom, brown recycled toilet paper thin. Nonetheless, Metal Gear Solid is one of the most important franchises in gaming history. So you better fucking believe if I even get a sniff of that sweet Metal Gear smell, I'm going to talk about it. As you're probably aware, Bluepoint are quickly becoming known as the masters of remaking PlayStation classics. They are the guys behind the stunning Shadow of the Colossus remake, and more recently, the team behind the Demon's Souls remake. In a video posted on Twitter, one player managed to capture this mysterious sound that appears at random in the Nexus area of Demon's Souls.
But overall, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
This immediately picked up steam on Reddit, with fans claiming that this is the same noise that Metal Gear Rex makes from the original Metal Gear Solid. Like I said, it's paper fucking thin. I'm going to be completely straight with you and say that these two sounds just don't sound like the same thing to me, and I do think that this is a huge reach. I mean, they sound similar, but they just don't sound like the same sound. This isn't a fresh rumour though. In September 2019, Bluepoint tweeted this extremely cryptic statement regarding games that they were working on. Now, it was picked apart by fans saying that not one but two is regarding the remakes they were working on. Well, now obviously we know that one of those remakes was Demon's Souls. Further down you can see this sentence which reads, "Escape Twisted Hills to Wonderlands and Siphon Souls. Filter your candy collection from soft to solid and be eco-friendly. Have a metal Halloween." Fans were quick to point out that both the words metal and solid are present in the tweet, possibly hinting at a Metal Gear Solid remake. But then again, so are the words siphon and filter. My stance is that they're just toying with us and that there's really no solid evidence that this is a true story. but nonetheless, I dare to dream. Well done to this lucky winner. You have won yourself this set of goodness. Please make sure that you comment on the video to claim your winnings, and we'll be in touch to tell you how we're going to get them to you. If you want to be in with a shot of winning next week's prize, all you have to do is be subscribed to the channel and like this video and comment this in the comments section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, fucking hell. Specs went flying.